In the top stories, NEMA to host tsunami evacuation exercise this week. Gang-related violence has killed more than 530 in Haiti this year, and former UK PM Jackson faces Partygate parliamentary grilling. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of March 2023. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, the National Emergency Management Agency, or NEMA, will host its annual Carib Wave Tsunami exercise on Thursday. According to information out of government headquarters, the purpose of the Carib Wave Tsunami exercise is to test the Federation's preparedness and response protocols, such as emergency communications and evacuation procedures. The concept of tsunami preparedness is once you receive a warning, you head to higher ground. Partial evacuations will be done at the Newtown Playfield, Independence Square, and Greenlands Park. Alerts will be broadcast through radio stations by interrupting their regular programming, by SMS messages, and through emergency response agencies. The deadline to register for the Carib Wave 2023 exercise is today, Wednesday, March 22 at 1 p.m. A debriefing for the exercise will take place at the NEMA headquarters in Limekiln. All persons in the play area and its surroundings are invited to participate in Carib Wave 2023. For further information, persons can call NEMA at 466-5100, or you can send an email to nema@gov.kn. St. Kitts and Nevis joins the rest of the world on Wednesday to commemorate World Water Day. During an address to mark the occasion, Minister of Utilities, the Honorable Conress Maynard, stated that it's a time to, quote, pause, reflect, and focus our attention on the importance of fresh water and advocate for the sustainable management of our freshwater resources, end quote. The theme guiding the celebration this year is Accelerating Change. Minister Maynard spoke of the need for change as the Federation has seen a significant decrease in rainfall that could have been used as potable water.
The experts at the Water Services Department have indicated that over the past 10 years, we have seen about an 18% decrease in the average annual rainfall. This is serious. While we cannot predict the future, we have to be prepared for various scenarios, including longer dry periods and shorter, more intense wet seasons. The bottom line is that as the climate changes, our availability of fresh water will change, and hence we have to adapt. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is taking our responsibility of providing a reliable supply of water seriously. This means that we have to change how we have been doing water in the past.
Minister Maynard went on to outline the major investments the government will be undertaking to improve the water infrastructure in the country.
We are going to invest over $200 million over the next 5 to 10 years to build a resilient and sustainable water infrastructure. Water is too important for us to get it wrong. As I often say, because of our small size, it is easier for us to transform our sectors than other larger countries. Some of the investments in our water infrastructure will include, of course, drilling of additional wells, investment in desalinated water, replacement and upgrading of pipelines, construction of new and expansion of existing storage reservoirs, the introduction of modern technology to improve efficiency and to optimize the use of our resources. Of course, we will also invest in our people and ensure that the institutional capacity and structure of the Water Services Department is also modernized.
He stated that the transformation of the nation's water sector and ensuring the sustainability of our water resources is not just up to the government. The reliability of our water supply also depends on how we use it, end quote. Cornerback for the reigning NFL Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs Joshua Williams, is visiting St. Kitts and Nevis to meet his extended family and explore his roots in the Federation. Joshua Williams is the son of George Williams, a national who lived in Molyneux before moving to the United States permanently. Williams arrived on Tuesday and was welcomed at the Cayenne Jet Lounge at the RLB International Airport by Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Deputy Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, and Ambassador in the Ministry of Sport, His Excellency Kenneth Douglas. In welcoming Mr. Williams and his traveling companions, Prime Minister Drew congratulated the 23-year-old NFL player for his success during the 2023 season and gifted him local souvenirs from Carabel Batik and other popular brands. Williams thanked the government officials for the welcome. He said, quote, "It was the best welcome that I could imagine. I appreciate that everybody feels so excited for me and is so excited about me. It really is a blessing," end quote. Mr. Williams said that he was overwhelmed by the support received from Kittitians and Nevisians during the 2023 NFL season. The support grew significantly after Williams showcased his roots to the Federation by wearing a decal of the national flag on his helmet during weeks 4 and 5 as part of the league's International Diversity Initiative. Williams's last visit to St. Kitts was in 2005 when he was 6 years old for his grandmother's funeral. He noted that school and financial obligations prevented him from returning sooner, but he plans to return more often. Going forward, Joshua Williams said that he will continue to represent and promote St. Kitts and Nevis on and off the football field and will explore additional ways to achieve this as he pursues another championship ring with Chiefs head coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Moving now to news on the regional scene, more than 530 people have been killed this year in gang violence in Haiti, the United Nations said on Tuesday, with many killed by snipers shooting victims at random. More in this report.
Passers-by shot at random in the streets, school pupils kidnapped, and children recruited by force into armed gangs. Extreme violence in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, that these families are desperately trying to flee. In this incident alone, at least 9 people were shot dead and at least 4 bodies were found in a charred vehicle, according to local media. More than 530 lives have been lost so far this year alone in gang-related incidents in the Caribbean country, a situation that the United Nations has warned is spiraling out of control.
The abuses against the population, and especially women and children, this includes recruitment of minors by gangs. We're now talking about child soldiers in Haiti that are being indoctrinated at the age of as early as 8 years old.
A climate of fear as gangs now control more than half of Haiti's territory, one of the poorest nations in the world. Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who survived an assassination attempt in January last year, vowed to mobilize security forces to fight against the violence.
We will not be able to build the Haiti we want with gangs running rampant everywhere. They must listen to reason, or we will make them listen.
The UN, meanwhile, is pressing the international community to deploy troops to support local forces. Gang violence has soared in Haiti since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. At least 160,000 people have been displaced.
In Antigua and Barbuda, the redevelopment of the cargo port at Deepwater Harbor is being hailed as one of the country's most transformative infrastructure projects. Senator Mary Claire Hurst expounded on the development as she made her contribution to the budget debate in Parliament's upper house, the Senate. ABS's Sherilyn Beezer reports.
Built in 1969, the Deepwater Harbor became outdated.
We had outdated port infrastructure, lack or limited digitalization and technology, deficient in human capacity, outdated legislation and corporate governance structure, archaic tariffs, outdated union collective agreements, and scale some ports were too small to justify these large vessels.
The government acquired a $90 million loan for the port's redevelopment, which has now elevated it and the country.
Antigua and Barbuda, we currently lead 3 major regional port organizations. We're the chairman of the Port Management Association of the Caribbean. We are the chairman of the OECS Port Committee, vice chair of the Inter-American Committee on Ports of the OAS, fully engaged students trained at the Caribbean Maritime University.
Senator Hurst outlines more of the government's achievements with the port.
We have successfully implemented the maritime single window. We have successfully executed our redevelopment of the cargo port facility. Madam President, it's there for everybody to see. We have dredged our harbor to accommodate larger vessels. The Oasis class will be coming soon. It will be coming soon, guaranteed.
She states the port is now the first of its kind in the Caribbean.
We had 2 vessels in the harbor, one with aggregate and one with lumber, and they were being worked on at the same time. Nice. Never before in the history of Antigua and Barbuda. That's a first.
Senator Hurst highlights future upgrades, including operational administrative changes, which are currently being discussed.
Including moving the port to a 24-hour operation, Madam President. It has been well received. We just hope that we can sit and dialogue